All right, here we go. Trial and error. That's what it's all about. Trial and error. Anyways, so what's up, you guys? It's Levon White. I am back at it again. Got myself a new microphone, so I hope that this yelling isn't truly yelling. Anyways, all right, let's get to it. Let's see. Just like I promised you guys before, I will be starting a new YouTube channel, and hopefully I'll be putting out a series of videos dealing with topics ranging from history through politics to anything in popular culture, or hopefully once I start to get fans, if that comes along, if I'm blessed with that, I'll, be responding to whatever topics, you guys want to bring up or talk about. The main purpose of me doing this is so that I could really get my voice out there. Like I said in my last video, I've been encouraged by a lot of friends and family to start to create these videos because they feel like I have something interesting to say and to share. So we'll see if that holds true. And yeah, so let's just get started with what I have prepared for today. So what I have prepared for you guys today deals with this concept known as Pan-Africanism. Recently, I have been writing my second novel that I plan on publishing soon, October 1st. Novel titled Hard Pressed, A Revolutionary Tale. And this novel focuses on young revolutionaries trying to start a Pan-Africanist movement. So yes, this term speaks volumes to me, so much so that I was able to, write this novel out of it. But yes, today I just wanted to talk about the concept of Pan-Africanism for those of you who aren't familiar with the term. I just did about 3 hours of quick research today to refresh my memory in order to create a consolidated definition of what Pan-Africanism is. So whenever you guys hear me talking about the word on my live stream or in my videos, you'll know exactly what I'm referring to when I mention the term. And after I give you guys the definition that I have created, I'll also go over the fun part, which is the notes that I, created when trying to define this word. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Let's get started. So first things first, we're going to get to the definition of Pan-Africanism. This is what we have for you. So as we examine the etymology of the word Pan-Africanism, we know that the prefix pan means to involve all members, while Africa is the Latin term which refers to Africa or its people, customs, or languages. And finally, we have the suffix ism. And ism just refers to a distinctive practice or a system or a philosophy, typically a political ideology or artistic movement, right? So this is the term ism. So when we bring all these different parts of the term Pan-Africanism, Pan, all members, Africa, Latin term referring to the continent of Africa and its peoples and its customs, and ism, um, referring to like systems or practices or philosophies. So we're talking about the philosophy of all African peoples, no matter where they are, right? So that's the specific definition that we have if we break down each part. But bringing that all together, we are going to define Pan-Africanism here as a political movement stemming from the philosophical understanding that all people of African descent or of African ancestry share a common identity and should establish unity amongst themselves, no matter where they live throughout Africa and around the world. Pan-Africanism is rooted in the pre-colonial understanding amongst the indigenous peoples of Alkebulan or Africa, and those of us in the diaspora dispersed on the planet Earth. We all have the understanding as Pan-Africanists that we share a common ancestry and that we are all of what the ancients used to call the land of Ethiopia or the land of the blacks. Um, yep. So this is the roots of the word Pan-Africanism. It's ancient, how we used to view ourselves as black people, or probably if we go back long enough, we weren't even using black to define ourselves. We were just people, right? But people of Ethiopia. Um, and also to mention, for our definition of Pan-Africanism, the concept of Pan-Africanism evolved out of the dehumanization or the dehumanized experiences of African peoples inside and outside of the motherland, um, through the foreign and animalistic ideology of racial superiority. So it's dehumanizing people from this philosophy of superiority, racial superiority, stemming from these ideas that were espoused by social Darwinism and survival of the fittest, and racial hierarchies, right? So that's the roots of it, or what kind of Pan-Africanism evolved out of this experience of pain and dehumanization, right? So we have our definition of Pan-Africanism. I'm glad that I was able to create that definition, a concise definition. I will be talking about that term again and again and again because as a black man in America who experiences oppression and otherization, that's my norm on a day-to-day basis. I feel like Pan-Africanism is something that I need to be aware of, and people who look like me should be aware of, so that we can know that even though we seem like a minority at times, there's plenty of us, right, around the world, especially in the motherland. And there is a movement out there that seeks to unify us all so that we can be protected, in our identities. So that's our definition. All right, now the fun part. All right, so what I'm going to be doing is going over all of the notes that I created through this through my search of finding this definition of Pan-Africanism. And before I go over these notes, I think I need to warn my listeners of, I guess, the controversy behind some of the things that I will be saying. I want you guys to know first and foremost that who I am and what I truly stand for is love amongst all peoples, right? I do seek solidarity between races. I don't see myself just as an African, but even beyond that, I see myself as a human being, right? And we all share this common thread, no matter what race we are, and that is our basic humanity. So that is where I stand above and beyond all things, right? Um, but as we talk about this concept of Pan-Africanism, the reason why I choose to research this and follow this is because, I'm trying not to be too lofty as an individual and ignore the fact that Black people around the world have been particularly oppressed more than others, it seems like. And it's due to this racial hierarchy. The lighter you are, the more better off you are, the more worthy you are, and the darker you are, the less deserving people assume you to be, and the more disrespected you are. And this is something that all of us understand quite well, because has been like a social order that was kind of glorified not too long ago, but now we're trying to address these issues of racism, but they do still exist. And I'm just trying to be practical with how I can best address these issues that affect people who look like me. So that's my little warning label before I get into these notes. So these notes that I'm going to get into, you guys, I will create a second video that you guys could check out to look at these notes. And just to give you a heads up on what these notes are going to be all about, we will be looking at North Africans, particularly those who identify themselves as Arabs living in North Africa. We're going to be trying to dissect whether or not we should consider Arabs as a part of Pan-Africanist ideologies, and or if North um, Africans who consider themselves also Arab, if they are distinct peoples who are not necessarily African in their truest identity. So I'm just going to be reading over the notes and giving you my personal opinion on whether or not you know North Africans who are Arabs are indeed Africans, or if they're distinct and are Arabs. So yeah, tune into the next video and you'll see what I have to say about that and what I found, my findings. So yes, God bless you, and catch you soon.